We got engaged in Christmas, and
this is right out of the blue?
What are you, coming in the middle of my Kathy Lee?
I'm sorry, I just wanted to do it. No, I swear to God.
He just said, Gary, follow me. I have an announcement.
Everybody accurately predicted his future, but nobody thought it would be as bad as it is today.
And I'm going to be a father, so we could all...
Wait a minute!
Yes,
What? Oh my God,
You're a
it's a
moron.
shotgun wedding.
You are a
You're going to say
moron.
all this, but I don't care. I'm going to get married.
Remember when you wanted to marry Karen?
This is the right one.
Moron.
I need to say that, but...
Your girlfriend's pregnant already?
Yes.
Oh, that was smart.
You don't have any more news than that? No, that's it.
Can I just say one thing, Howard? Howard, may I take over?
What a dope.
Welcome to the club, sucker.
Right.
Whatever.
He's not even wasting any time. The girl's pregnant now.
I got married 6 months ago. I finally get in the ring for a while now, and then suddenly she told me she's pregnant, so I just...
You don't use any protection.
Obviously
How
not.
did two adults in the 20th century get pregnant?
I don't know.
But congratulations.
How'd you get pregnant?
I tried.
Yeah, they planned it.
Well,
Do you want to have a baby?
Yeah, I plan to get married, so there you go. Stupid.
Fine.
Stupid.
I knew you were gonna say that, but I don't get
Stupid.
No, I'm in love.
So, you know what, man? I see you, man. You look at tons of girls. You're going to get sick of her. Now you're going to be saddled with a kid. You got no source of income.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Howard,
What are you doing, man?
However,
You had it made. You had it made in the shade.
This is. I know this is your way of saying congratulations.
You're worried about him. I'm worried about the kid.
You know, I didn't even think of that.
Suddenly Cody's got a good.
Screw that.
And you guys said I was going to be a goofy father.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna be a great father. I have no.
Did you tell your parents?
Yeah.
Yeah, they must be thrilled.
Whatever you say. I just thought I'd tell you on the air.
Oh, you a-hole.
I thought you'd rather me tell you on the air. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay,
When's
good.
the wedding?
Stupid.
After the baby's born.
Oh, God.
Moron. What a dope. And Gary, how big a dope are you? You know, Gary was the source of my conversation.
You know, I knew you were gonna say this.
Shut up. During 50 times.
During vacation?
During vacation, because Gary was the guy. I must have had this conversation with 50 different guys. Gary was the guy who had it
He
going
was
on.
living the life.
The guy had it too good. And everyone convinced him that he had to get married, like it was his time. You know, he'd gotten all the... Just his people, you know, he's got to have a family, he's got to have... He is the most miserable son of a bitch now. He called me during vacation. He said, I only wish we were back at work.
Are you kidding?
He has to sit and watch that kid.
You know what happened? I'll tell you exactly what happened during vacation.
I know exactly. Let me tell you what
So
happened.
first week, right? Babysitter comes 3 times a week. Babysitter didn't want to come in the snow.
Right.
Right? Snow.
Day over.
So week over.
So what did you do for that week? You watched your kid.
Yeah.
And you had to sit there on the floor and play
go
games.
nowhere and do
the kid screams and cries for everything.
And we couldn't even go out. You know what I mean? We couldn't even go out.
Three kids, man.
Yeah, I got 3 kids, but I don't watch them. I admit it. I got a housekeeper. And I got 12 backup housekeepers because I can't handle them.
He's got the wackiest thing going. Nobody in that house knows where anybody else is.
Right.
I go over there and I say, where's the baby? And they're like, let's go look.
Right.
And the baby wasn't even there. Nobody knew.
That's it.
And your house is not that big.
Right.
You can't find anything.
Well, I make
But
it that big.
they're all out of touch with each other.
That's right. Completely dysfunctional.
But listen, I love...
John, now you know, your girlfriend is
I'm 30
really
years
cute.
old. I hate to tell you.
I know you are. Your girlfriend's real cute.
Yeah.
You got her under questionable circumstances.
Yeah, she thinks you're an actor.
She thinks you're an actor.
Howard, you know, whatever.
You're a great guy and you're a nice guy, man, but she's gonna get really frustrated after a while.
But you know, this is, of
Thank
all
you
the
for your
marriages
blessing.
I've seen go down around here, this is the one that I know won't last.
And you know when you were with Karen and everything, how in love you were, and then all of a sudden you started looking at other girls.
That had nothing to do with that.
What are you
No,
gonna
I
do
realized
next time?
Karen wasn't the right one.
So how about when a
Hey, you're going to
19
realize this.
So what happens when we get a new 19-year-old intern around here who just idolizes you? She's blonde. She looks like she could be a movie star. She wants to have sex with you. You can end up cheating on your wife.
No, I won't.
Oh, yes, you are.
That is the one
You know
I
what?
know won't work.
You know, the only way I could prove it to you is in time. So it isn't. So I can't.
And now you knocked her up. You definitely. Why don't you get married for a while and enjoy marriage at least?
Yeah,
without
learn
a
how to
kid?
live with each other.
Now, what are you going to do with the kid? She's going to sit at home and watch the kid?
What do you mean?
What is she going to do with the kid? Is she going to become a
Or
housewife?
is she going to act and take the kid to work with
That
her?
girl doesn't look like she wants to be a housewife.
Oh, believe me, she's incredibly excited.
To be a housewife and a mother.
Yes.
And she's going to sit home with the
And where are you
baby.
going to live? On Long Island?
Who's going to raise the
I'm
baby?
gonna get a house.
Who's going to raise the
You know,
baby?
first of all,
Who's going to raise the baby?
Me and her.
Oh, where are you going to be?
What do you mean?
You're going to be here, right?
I'm going to be here till 12
You're going to be
o'clock.
here intern.
And flying all over the place and being out at night. You're going to be another mess. This will be another Gary all over.
You know, Rob,
This is classic, beautiful stuff. And Howard, he goofs on himself. He can take it. He puts himself right in the mix. And John has more than proven everything they said over the years. Just terrible. 3 kids this idiot has. And none of them want to have anything to do with him. Why would they? A drunk, sweaty, disgusting pig. Fool. Moron. Anyway, let's go. I want to list his credits. Listen to my other videos. I list all his credits from his bent finger and arthritis to his no earlobes and convulsions and midget and long arms. That's what a mess he is. Unbelievable. And Mr. Hemorrhoid Ward.
Gary, how great would you
Hold on a second.
Gary, what was
I am not a mess. You are a mess. You are a mess. You were with a vacation the way you talk about us. I heard how you were talking about us.
Oh, what?
What'd you hear?
No, I just heard that, one of our friends went out with you and said you were just, mentioning us and stuff.
What?
That's okay. That's okay. But don't worry, Robert.
What friend did he
I was
talk about?
discussing how you have never had a relationship in your life. I've known you 11 years.
I'm simply talking about how
No,
we work around
you're
here.
calling me a mess.
All of a sudden,
You are a mess.
Gary is sleeping on the couch in the back room, crying about not being able to exercise.
You had the life. She's right.
Okay, well, my life is different. There's no doubt about it. But at some point, you have
But
to.
you hate it.
I love.
Why do you have to settle
Because
down?
I met somebody that I loved, and I wanted to settle down.
Yeah, then how come you whispering to me on the phone? I gotta get out of the house.
I love her, but I gotta get out of the house. You gotta have both.
And that's the thing.
You had it made though. You had a life. You had a life. See, when I got married, let me explain to you. I had no life. The fact that I had a woman who would sleep with me was a miracle. You can understand. I could have waited to have it.
Every single guy that gets married that has a
No,
life.
wrong. You had a situation. You had the unique opportunity, a 1 in a billion.
Right.
You became my producer. And because you were my producer and the only single guy on the show, and Fred was a eunuch or something. What I'm saying is, Jackie.
Right. He was tied up. Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Whatever Jackie does.
Yeah. You had it made, and you know this, and we discussed it. You were having sex with different women. It was exciting. You never knew what was around the corner. You were juggling 2 and 3 women at a time.
And then
And then you also had a lifestyle where you'd go out drinking, you'd go out partying, you would go out
You're
to theater,
everywhere you want to go.
Now you sit in the house and watch a little kid. And your wife basically tells you you have to do stuff.
Last vacation, what was it?
Then don't tell me you're not in hell.
He's talking about how the baby was teething, like they
Yeah.
did at a cabin. The
He's
baby
miserable, and he doesn't get any sleep,
and
he's
he
not.
cried all vacation.
He doesn't get any sleep. He has headaches. He's on 3 different headache medications.
I'm on this
His
medication.
nose bleeds.
Right.
Stop.
Stop for now.
Talk about
I
me
can
all
say,
you want.
don't you hear anything I'm saying? Everybody doesn't hear what I'm saying.
Howard, don't you understand that? But if you fall in love with a girl, it doesn't matter.
Oh, I don't understand that.
Yeah, you do. So what are you saying?
You have it made. You have it made. Why did you have to get married? You could have stuck with her, used her up until you got sick of her. As soon as she starts aging, get rid of her and get the next one.
Come on.
I'll get out of
This
here.
pregnancy is a total accident.
Yeah, the pregnancy is. Yeah.
That's good.
I can tell you right now. I wish John.
But I was gonna get married for months.
Get an abortion.
No way.
Oh, please.
Remember when we had lunch and you asked
And
me
you know
if
it's
I
yours?
wanted to go,
Is it yours?
I was gonna marry then.
Is it your baby? Is it your baby?
Of course it is.
What do you mean, of course?
Are you kidding me? How do you know?
That's some hot tomato.
If you sleep with John, you couldn't possibly be interested.
No. It's going to be anybody else's baby.
Please.
I hope it's white.
No, I was gonna marry like 6 months ago, and then.
Why'd you have to come in here and announce it to us?
I was in the middle of rapping about Kathy Lee.
No, I thought it was the thing to do. I'm sorry. You never know what to do around here.
Why not bring it up the next time we're talking to you?
Because it was just too much anxiety for me. I had to just get it out in the open.
Anxiety.
Because
What you need, more responsibility.
How far along is she?
3 months.
God, you'll be a father by June.
July 18th.
Get an abortion now.
Are you kidding me?
3 months is
I
there's
love
no
kids.
brain.
Yeah, you can be the first to attest.
There's no soul.
No, how much I love kids.
There's no soul. Yeah, you know why you love kids?
You don't live with
You don't live with I'm a real father. I got 3 kids.
Yeah,
Let me tell you something. I'm juggling a lot.
No, I'm a real
And
father.
I got help.
I'm a real father.
You don't
I got
have-
a kid and I hang out with her.
That's right. That's it. Go talk to him what his life is like. You think it's easy?
I'm looking forward to it.
You know what you are? You're a little boy playing house. Wait till you're 6, 7 months into this thing. Get out of here, you dummy. I warned you. I can't wait till you come in here. Retard. You know what it is with you guys? If I wasn't married, none of you would get married. You'd be on one big party.
You know, if you didn't breathe, we wouldn't either.
That's right. That's right.
Well, you really couldn't afford to get married if he was
First of all,
doing whatever he was.
look at you. Oh, jeez. Whatever.
Stupid. Get an abortion.
So, Robin, will you...
You happy to get an abortion?
Are you kidding me?
Are you crazy? You go over there and you tell her to get an abortion.
Jeez.
Throw her down some stairs. She's going to ruin her body.
Nah, she'll be fine.
Yeah.
Oh, he's in a fantasy land. He is the perfect guy to get married.
She'll have a good body just like you. You know, I should keep my mouth shut. Let all you guys get married.
Well, they all are.
Yeah.
Who's left? Except for Robin.
Did you ask her to get an abortion?
No. Because I knew I was married.
Can't wait, right?
See, what happened was,
Can't wait for a
I was going to surprise her on Christmas, with the ring. That was my initial plan I had in the summer. So then,
Oh, you guys are knuckleheads.
I'm curious, how did she tell you? How did it go?
I just kind of knew she was late. I noticed that the OBs were still in the package in my bathroom.
What are the OBs?
They're tampons.
And just kind of like,
So you said, hey, you haven't used one of those tampons in a month?
how late are you? She goes, 3 days.
And what do you do? What do you do? You just pull out?
Yeah.
You're smart. Party's over, dude. Watch. Guy had it made.
Yeah, but I want,
Yeah, I know.
you know, I had a lot of sex.
Just like Karen. Just like Karen. I'm going to marry her. Oh, I'm in love. I got to marry her.
You see, Howard could afford to have kids, 3 kids, because he took care of, even when they got divorced, he took care of them. He gave them money, he set them up, no problem. John, on the other hand, couldn't afford kids, and didn't give them a penny, didn't give the family a penny, abandoned them, which is, thank God for those kids who still complain that they got food insecurity, they didn't feel safe with him, and he drunk. It's crazy. He never paid his child support. It was $22,000 behind. She took him back to court, and Howard always said, "The kid's gonna be stupid like you. Get rid of it." And well, John could afford kids because he didn't pay a penny. He didn't give them a cent, and he abandoned them and threw them out of the house, sold the house. Piece of shit.
Only have her, I'd be so happy. I'd never.
Can't be the same thing.
Wonderful girl.
Like most people, Robin, people grow and they get a little,
Yeah, not you,
wiser.
pal. Not you.
Except maybe in your case, Robin.
You?
What?
You got wiser.
Robin,
John guy took a brain
you know what? She's a 40-year-old woman still yelling at interns who are 18 years
I'll
old.
tell you what,
She's wise.
She can walk out the door anytime she wants.
I know she said 44. Well, I'm saying 4 years ago, when she wasn't well.
Hey, I got older and wiser.
But she can walk out the door and go to the movies.
In fact, she's already done it once here.
What?
Walked out the door.
Well, she's back, isn't she?
And she's worth $20-30 million. John, what are you worth? After 40 years of learning nothing, what are you worth? $800? No. Couldn't afford a computer, $700.
They're carrying on. I've only walked out once. How many times have you walked out, Gary?
I come back to the show, Robin. I've never left the building.
You have
I
quit.
have never left the building, ever.
You
And no matter how well you say you are, I never left the building.
I never left the building.
Oh, excuse me, that's right. You weren't locked yourself in your office. That's right. You locked yourself in your office.
I
Fred
didn't
actually
lost
left the
anything
building.
either.
I think this is pretty shaky ground for most. I don't care. You can sit and disguise this conversation and throw it onto Robin all you want. You guys know I'm right, and Gary knows I'm right, because Gary called me over vacation. He was like,
No, I was having a tough
oh,
time.
my
No doubt about it.
God. And I understood. I empathize.
I told my wife, I said, this has been a terrible vacation.
Yeah. Of course.
See what Howard just called out, John? You disguise the conversation. That's what he does with everything. He tries to obscure it and change the subject and redirect. But he's too stupid.
Because your wife has you so pussy whipped, man, that she can't sit and watch the baby. Let me tell you, before I had help, I didn't have help. Listen, when I had kids, I was an
How old were you when you first had kids?
30-something.
No.
Well, Rob might be right. It might have been 30.
Well, how old's your oldest kid?
I don't know.
No, maybe 28.
I was like 28. Don't forget, I've been married like 5 years already. I'd enjoyed all the fruits of marriage.
If I had planned it, I would have waited 3 years. I mean, we got married and then been married for 3 years.
Do you plan anything in your life?
No, everything's an accident with John.
Right.
That's not true.
I smell doom all over you.
Well, of course you do.
Telling you, man. You're not ready yet.
Well, now you have another kid, Howard. You got my kid, now you got John's kid.
You got 5 kids.
You know, I haven't announced it. I'm quitting radio.
Fine. First of all, I'm financially secure. I'm not worried about it.
You are not.
Sure I am.
Okay, good. Just your father said he'll support you.
Well, how about a doctor? In case I really...
Yeah, he'll sit and support you. That's good for a man.
Now, how do her parents feel about this?
They're excited.
Excited.
You know, anxiety and excitement often look...
So what happens in 2 years when you find yourself looking at other women? What do you do then? Why do you do this? Why are you doing this?
I don't understand.
Don't you know by now? You're 30 years old.
Yeah.
You've been through this marriage routine now with every girl.
With every girl.
What, you don't get it? You don't get it that man basically can't keep it in his pants? And if he does, his eyeballs start to hurt?
John will be the one getting a divorce. Will you come in and announce your first affair as well as your marriage?
Yeah, that's what I want you to do. Come in with the same enthusiasm when you tell me you're leaving your wife. Welcome to hell. What a dummy.
Howard, I knew you were going to...
Are you stupid?
You didn't envision they were going to throw streamers, did you, John?
No, but I said, let me just tell you, I figured, be on the show, I'll do it on the air. I knew this would be... I actually thought Rob...
Over the years, Howard always said this guy was incredibly stupid. And he is incredibly stupid to this day. I think he's got more brain damage and more dementia, alcohol-related. Whippets have done more damage to his brain. He can't even... You look at stuff from 5-8 years ago, 2017, 2018, he could actually finish a sentence and a thought. Now he can't. He cannot. No way. And he's living in his car mostly. I don't know what's with this guy. He had it made and he screwed it all up. Everything. Unbelievable. Opportunity after opportunity. Record deal, book deal, movie deal. Television show, interviews, parts. Leno, $500,000 the first year. Screwed that up. His salary got dropped less than half within a year. And they took him off the show and put him in the audience. And didn't know what to do with him. Called him a writer. And so he goes around and says he's a writer, he's a genius, he's this, he's that. We all know the truth, John. That's why you're getting picked on so much. Just incredible. And alcohol is his life. Howard even said, John, it's not beers. I'm going to go get beers, plural. Unbelievable.
Would be a little worse.
A little worse?
Yeah.
She could care less. Hey,
like I
congratulations.
said, I feel bad for the kid. That's my...
He thinks I'm kidding about all this.
I know you're not kidding.
Ask Gary. Ask Gary if I was wrong about anything. Ask Gary if I was wrong about anything.
About 3.5% of it you were wrong about.
Okay.
So that means...
Howard, you know what? He doesn't... You don't really believe he was right. You're happy you're married. You're happy you have a kid. Stop it. Don't lie to him. Be honest. Aren't you happy to,
Yeah, why don't you be honest, Gary?
No, I'm very happy that I have a family. I really am. And I love my kid. I was just showing
Did you
John...
give it away for
Not a million years. I was just showing John a picture of Jack.
Listen, Gary, don't give me that rap. I love my kids more than anyone in this room. I love my wife more than anyone in this room.
So what's the problem?
What's the problem?
What's the problem? Wait and see. You'll tell me the problem.
Okay.
You guys had it made, and you're cashing it in for God knows what.
It's just
so what,
not
to sit
easy.
at home with an infant and not be able to go out and exercise, not be able to go do anything, not go to the movies?
Wait a second. Wait, hold on.
What was happening?
Can I stop this?
Gary's got to wait for some teenager to come to his house before he can walk out the door.
You were the big...
This is
Hold on.
John's shortest relationship, so he hasn't even gotten to the part where he ever found out whether he could handle it once it got rough.
Right.
Hey, Howard.
He's just marrying her, and then he'll do the
He doesn't have to handle it. He's proven. He just orders her around. He calls her on the phone from the living room when he has friends over to get him beer, go to the store, orders her around, and he's not going to do anything. All he did when things got rough, he ran away. But he never stayed home with the kids or sacrificed anything. So that's why it didn't bother him. He's a moron. He's a piece, as Cardiff says, garbage human.
The whole breakup thing after that.
And look at his track record.
Wait, hold on a second. Before you were
I have
the
a great track
huge
record.
success that
Go
you
ahead.
have now,
Go ahead.
and I'm not counting your money, but before you had as much money as you had now, and you could maybe not afford help, what did you do? You did this.
I sat there with the
Right.
kids, and I
That's what we
wasn't
do.
allowed to do anything.
Yes,
So I
we
warn
all
you,
went crazy.
you don't listen to me.
So the only thing that happened is you made more money and get to not do that.
Right. So why
We
you...
were looking at a man who looked like you.
So when I sat there and I looked at you and I said, this is what your life's going to be, you said, no, it's going to be great. Fine. You went ahead and did it. Now John has seen it firsthand what I've said, and he's ready to jump in and do the same thing. It's a moron. Stupid.
Did meet the right woman, all that gets thrown out the window.
You know who's on the phone?
Yeah, Ralph. What is it, Ralph?
Dude, I'm in shock.
Oh, I'm going to get advice from Ralph.
I didn't say advice. Just say what's on your mind.
I just can't believe it. John, I know you.
No, you don't, Ralph. Obviously you don't.
Well,
Oh, yes, he does.
I know you're crazier than I thought.
Okay.
I'm at a loss for words. I mean,
John's not going to do anything. He's not going to stay home. In the court papers, it showed he wanted to go to Leno and to a party, and he had the kid, 9 years old, left him home alone, and went out drinking. That's his priorities. And he sacrificed nothing. He abandoned everybody to just have his way like a little brat.
Can I hang up on him?
dude, don't you? I mean, I see you. I go out with you sometimes.
Well, when was the last time I went out with you?
Not recently. Not recently.
Okay, so then, you know...
But then you were you were telling me you were going to marry Karen 3 years ago or something.
I said I was thinking about marrying.
Ralph, you never should have called him. You have nothing to say. You have nothing to add.
I'm sure you can do a better job than he can.
So you gonna give up smoking pot?
Give up smoking pot.
Yeah, just curious. What lifestyle changes are you gonna make now?
I mean, you're not going to get high and watch the kid, are you?
No. I wouldn't do that. I don't really get high that much, but I'm sure you think that I do every day. But
I didn't say you got high a lot.
No, but I really don't.
He's an alcoholic. He does whippets and he smokes weed, does coke, whatever he can get his hands on. And he's not going to stop. He didn't stop. 40 years. He hasn't stopped. And the way he fixed it is he abandoned everybody. Thank God for those kids he left. He screwed them up pretty good, but a little more would have made it really bad.
Cut that.
Questions.
Just asking.
Am I still going to get high?
Yeah.
Sometimes, maybe.
Okay.
But not with the kid.
And what are you gonna do on Saturday nights when you want to go out?
I'll stay in.
So when you want to go
Stay in
out,
anyway.
right?
I barely go out.
What will you do? Play with the kid and lunch?
You know
I love
what?
kids.
It's really different when you stay in because you want to.
Yeah. He thinks
When
he.
you stay in and there is no choice that it makes a
When
difference.
my sister had her first daughter, I was the greatest uncle on the planet. You know why? I'd go over there, I'd play all the time, and everyone was like, "Wow, he's great with kids." But I would leave, and then I would go hang out for 24 hours, 24 straight hours. What are you doing? You didn't even think this through.
Sure I have. I've thought it through for the last,
You go back and get an abortion and clean this problem up. What's the matter with you? Clean this problem out.
You should never have had this problem. You're an adult.
yes, I don't view
Well,
it as a
now he's
problem.
got a problem, and now he's got to take care of it.
Robert, the difference is I don't view it as a problem. You view it as a problem.
Most parents are problems.
In 2 months,
Hopefully I'll do a better job than your parents did, Robin, okay?
care of it. Test telling when it was a miscarriage. That's how you handle it. Gas pain. Mistake. That's real smart. All right. Very good. Stuttering John has just ended the life that he had. Congratulations.
That life is over. His new life begins now. 96 is going to be a worse year for him.
Yeah. This is sadder than when had the janitor died. I don't know why I get upset. I'm actually happy. I'm really happy for you. I can't wait.
No, now it's the worst. 60 years old, has nothing, has no one, no friends, no nothing. No money, no hope, no help. no options, alcoholic, demented, delusional, narcissist, going on Cameo for $50 now and then. Unbelievable. And wanting to fight people at 60 years old with epilepsy and all kinds of diseases he's got. Unbelievable. This guy has strokes. He wants to fight people. High blood pressure. He's a mess. Klonopin.
So watch the changes in you. You'll be 30 pounds fatter. You'll be fat like Gary.
I do have to say, get that down.
Yeah. Big fat John.
John was bumming out until he had a gig on New Year's Eve. And I said, he said, really well, but this one guy kept calling him a fat man.